It's a high fly ball tomahawk. That ball is walloped. He crushed it. And that one's gone. What an exclamation point. The Braves are at it again in Washington. For 13 straight games, the Braves offense has brought its own brand of capital punishment to Washington, bashing 35 homers, including 8 straight games with 3 or more dingers. Today, All-Star Max Fried wraps up a phenomenal first half as the Braves go for 14 straight wins at Nats Park. It's the Braves, it's the Nats, next on Bally Sports. World champion Atlanta Braves baseball comes your way from Washington, D.C., where the Atlanta offense has been out of this world here at Nationals Park. The Braves have won 13 straight games. They've hit 3 or more homers in 8 straight against the Nats here in enemy territory. And with skies clearing, things indeed are looking up for your Atlanta Braves. Hi again, everybody. Chip Carey, Brian Jordan, Peter Moylan. The Braves love playing the Nationals, go for 14 straight wins in this ballpark, BJ. But that's not all the good news the Braves got when they woke up this morning.
Well, guys, I think we spoke it into existence. Austin Riley, an all-star, the number 6 player from the Braves representing in the All-Star game. But look, the numbers speak for itself. The last couple of weeks, he has been on fire, really picking his team up, putting them on his shoulders, and an awesome job. Not just offensively, but defensively. And 6 All-Stars, Pete.
First time we've had 6 All-Stars since 2010. One of those All-Stars, our guy, our ace, Max Fried. He's got his Silver Sluggers. He's got his Gold Glove. Now he's an All-Star. Look at those numbers, 9-3 on the season, 2.56 ERA. Look at the NL ranks, BJ. 112 innings, ranks 5th, 49% ground ball rate, also 5th.
So keep it rolling. Lucky number 13 last night. Let's see if Max Fried can lead the Braves to their 14th consecutive win here at Nationals Park in Washington. It's a pretty day for baseball. Great day to go 1-0. We'll see if the Braves can do that as we continue from Washington, D.C. with lineup's first pitch and Paul Bird after the break.
Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by CarShield. CarShield cars go further.
We have the biggest crowd of the series so far gathering inside Nationals Park. There was a threat of rain earlier today, but the skies are clearing, and we are just about set for Game 3 of the series. A win today, and the Braves wrap up this series, put it in the win column behind Max Fried and the red-hot Atlanta Braves, who start play 2 games behind the New York Mets. Guys, one thing we've seen against this Nationals club in the last 5 games, early offense. The Toyota starting lineup has scored 8 first-inning runs against the Nationals in the last 5 games played, but today it's a different look without Ronald Acuna Jr. He gets the day off. Everybody moves up a spot, and you've got Robinson Cano back in the lineup with a right-hander on the mound. Paulo Espino, whom the Braves saw in the previously completed series with the Nationals back home.
Couple of big breaking balls from him, 2 different kinds of breaking balls, slider and a curveball. Did a pretty decent job against us last time out. 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, sprayed the ball around a little bit. But yeah, look for those 2 big breaking balls and a 4-seam fastball. The occasional change-up, but not a lot, maybe to left-hander hitters.
Nationals wearing their City Connect uniforms with the cherry blossoms on the front. With that in mind, Brian, what are your 4 keys for the Braves to win this series today?
Well, offense, be patient. Get into this bullpen, because the bullpen of the Nats are taxed right now. So got to do that. And hey, Max Fried, only 5 innings the last outing. Efficiency is going to be important for him, working ahead and getting through 7 innings.
And getting him some early offense never hurt anybody. That's what the Braves have done the last 5 games with Washington, including last night when they struck for 3 first-inning runs. Dansby Swanson scored the first run of the game for the Braves, and he leads off today. And we are underway. That's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 87 degrees. It is humid. There is rain around the area. Feels like temperature is 91 degrees. There's a strike. Mark Carlson, the crew chief, has the plate today. Dansby at 293. 15 homers, 52 runs batted in. He hit a 2-run homer in the first inning of game 1 of this set. And there's one of those curveballs Peter was talking about. It missed. 2 balls and a strike.
The big difference with Dansby this year is his patience. He's gotten that timing back. He's not swinging at those pitches just off the plate, those sliders and curveballs. He gets a great pitch to hit, takes advantage of it.
Little cue shot hit toward Bell at first, and Swanson's retired. And that's how the game begins. A 3 unassisted putout of Dansby Swanson. 1 man down.
And I'm going to keep my mouth shut because as soon as I said that, he hits a weak ground ball to first base. But no, that takes away nothing for what he's done all season long, man. He's an all-star for a reason.
Matt Olson had an all-star-like performance for the Braves last night. 3 RBI singles, upping his RBI total to 56. And Matt's knocked in 7 runs in his last 4 games.
That says a lot about Matt, too. We talked about he had 3 consecutive home runs. And yesterday, he shortened his swing with runners in scoring position and got those runs in with singles. Where most guys, selfish players, they're trying to hit that 4 consecutive home runs. Not Matt Olson.
So Matt had a big day in the Braves' 8-4 victory last night. And tries to shoot that one off to the left, but skies it into the seats. And we'll try again. No balls, 2 strikes. Swanson, Olson, Riley here in the opening inning for the Braves, who have won 55 games, their most wins before the All-Star break since 2003. This club has been remarkably good since the 1st of June, rattling off 32 wins in 44 games. To put that in perspective, Brian Snitker's opponent today, the Washington Nationals, have won 30 games for the entire season. Base is empty for Matt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And another roller to first, but foul. Try again. 1-2.
And Pete, I've noticed the strategy against Matt Olson is to throw him hard away, and soft in, way in, and to tie him up. But if you make that mistake up and in, he's going to make you pay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hard the velo is either. He seems to be able to catch up to it.
Good fight here with Matt in the top of the first.
I say it all the time that there must be a tendency for him to pull that ball outside, because if they're pitching him away like that with effectively no third baseman right now, that whole left side is wide open. He's too good a hitter not to just be able to knock that down there.
Well, he did that yesterday.
That's right.
Shorten up, knocked it over there. There's that soft in again.
Don't know how long Espino's going to go in the game. He's really been a piggybacked starter for the Nationals. He's pitched mostly out of the bullpen this year for them. This is his 7th start, his 27th game. He's allowed 8 home runs. And you know how the Braves are bashing the ball here in Washington. The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. High heat gets Matt Olson. A 90-mile-an-hour fastball perfectly placed. 2 up and 2 down here in the first. And here is All-Star Austin Riley. How great is that to say?
That is awesome. He deserved it. We kept talking about he deserved it, and wow, he finally gets that shot. I love his interview talking about my wife and my mother. They have enough time to make it out there. Right.
Yeah, so you talk about a frantic 72 hours. You get named this morning. Now you got to make the phone calls and get everybody out to L.A.
And that's after having a new baby.
What a happy flight that's going to be for the entire Riley family, as Austin's having a season for the ages here in the first half. Only 3 other Braves since 1967 have gotten to 26 homers through 92 games. And Austin Riley is one of them. Fly ball, well hit, right center, long run at the wall. It's high off the fence, and it ricochets back toward the infield. Riley will stop at second. He got a curveball and almost hit it into the first row of seats in right center.
That's just another example of how strong Austin Riley is. That was off the end of the bat, and he go right center off the wall.
Almost looked like he was out in front of it.
I mean, it's a good pitch, a good 12-6 curveball. Gets out just a little bit, but wow, the power that Austin Riley has. That had to feel good.
So now a 5-game hitting streak for Austin Riley, his 22nd double, and his 101st hit. He got to 100 hits here last night. Man, oh man.
This is another spot we've been so good at, Chip, is the 2-out RBIs.
And Travis d'Arnaud a chance to plate another first inning run. Didn't get that. Strike one.
Looks like the plan is throw a lot of curveballs against this Braves offense.
Travis hitting .321 with runners in scoring position for the Braves, who have the first hit of the game, a ringing double. And that missed high. I guess 1 ball, 1 strike.
We'll take it.
Foul back, and the Braves have a strike left here in the top of the first inning. d'Arnaud enters play today at .262 with 37 runs batted in. Like so many of his offensive mates, d'Arnaud has had great luck hitting against the National staff in 2022. The pitch is served toward right. And that's going to be playable for Soto, and he's got it, and that will retire the side. Austin Riley doubles with 2 outs. Max Fried goes to work. No score after a half inning. Washington, the Nationals have dropped 11 of their last 12 games and have scored a grand total of 21 runs. During this extended dry spell, Davey Martinez Toyota starting lineup featuring Juan Soto, Josh Bell, Keibert Ruiz, the DH, after he got hit with a foul ball last night. That's the trio you've got to worry about if you're Max Fried, who's looking to join Kyle Wright as a double-digit first-half winner in rotation for the Braves today, fellas.
That's right. He had to fight through 5 innings against the Mets last time out, was dealing with a glute issue from the previous start, but I think with a full week or a full 5-day preparation and a full bullpen session, we look for Max to be Maximus today.
I like it, Pete. Maximus.
As you saw, he started against the Nationals more than any other club. He's 5-4 in his career and is 1 win away from his 50th as a major league pitcher. So today's the day for Max Fried, we hope, as Lane Thomas leads off and bangs that foul and out of play for a strike. Your point, Peter, about Max Fried against the Mets last time out. He wasn't himself, and the control was evident.
He had really nothing to work with. He was trying to find a slider, a curveball, something. Had to go to that changeup later in the 4th and 5th innings just to get some outs.
But what does that say about Max Fried, though? Did not have any command that game, but he still got through 5 and only gave up 2 earned runs to the Mets.
Yeah,
that's what an ace does.
Exactly.
And Max Fried is certainly one of those for the Braves. The 0-2 pitch to Thomas is popped up right side. Matt Olson takes a peek over near the stands to the warning track, and the ball curls back to him. And there's your first out. Here's Cesar Hernandez. Hernandez 3 for 7 in this series, 244 for the year. They brought in Cesar, a veteran infielder, hoping he'd provide a little thump to this lineup. It hasn't happened for Hernandez or the Nats yet this year. Last year, this man hit 21 homers. He doesn't have a homer yet this season.
And
here in DC.
You remember, he was so good for Philadelphia. Surprised he got out of there. How they let him go.
So he faces off with Max Fried, against whom he's 3 for 11 in his big league career. Thomas popped out. Hernandez, the number 2 hitter, is behind 1 and 2.
He already looks a lot more under control this start. I know it's only been in 6 pitches, but even the control of that changeup, the curveball, dropped the 0-0 curveball in.
5 out of 6 strikes.
Good velocity with the fastball. And it looks, Peter, like when he finishes, he's under control too.
And a good miss there too. You want to miss in off. You don't want to leave that over. Left the 0-2 pitch to Thomas over the middle. That's a better spot. Working really quick too.
Well, with rain all around us, that may not be a bad idea. As the bases are empty for the number 2 hitter, Cesar Hernandez, and just missed. And a full count.
Oh, good job by Darno framing that ball. Thought he would get that pitch for a strike.
Another pop to Matt Olson. And he puts that away. And this is how you want to face Juan Soto, who certainly knows how to make an entrance on a Saturday afternoon in D.C. If you did not see the news, word is that Soto and his representation has turned down a 15-year, $440 million contract for the Washington Nationals. He's under team control this year and 2 more seasons.
Wow, that's a lot of money to turn down, but you know what? I get it. You know, Soto is such a competitor, and he's already won the World Championship. Once you get that feeling, guys, you want that feeling every year. You want to have a chance to get that ring again. And gotta be, he don't feel like he can get that chance here.
Max Fried working quickly. The 1-0 pitch is dribbled foul. And Mike Rizzo, the general manager here, said, we're not trading Juan Soto. That was a few weeks ago. But now that this latest offer was turned down, apparently they're going to explore potentially trading Juan Soto. My question is, why now if they still control him for 2.5 years?
Well, I think that adds the extra value. Think about what you can get with 2 years of control of Juan Soto.
Fly ball right center. And Michael Harris will gather that in. And Soto and the Nationals are retired 1-2-3 in the first. Max Fried looking good. Here come the Braves, scoreless after 1. Already has a 14-game winning streak overall this season. Well, a shot to win 14 in a row in this ballpark. And here's how they've done it, Brian. Our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Yeah, 35 home runs, man, is just incredible in itself. But to dominate a team at their home palace is even more incredible. A chance for 14 in a row. Look at the run differential, 45 runs. We talked about that last night. That just doesn't happen anymore.
What's amazing is that when I first would start coming and playing the Nationals, I felt like we would get smashed every time we came here. And they weren't as good a team as they had been in the middle of years. But it was such a struggle for Braves teams to come in here and play the Nationals.
Well, head to head, I still think the Nationals have the advantage, you know, dating back to what, 2008. I mean, they pretty much was dominating early.
Yeah, even with this impressive win streak, the Braves are 60-65 all time in this ballpark. As Eddie Rosario strokes that ball toward the Braves bullpen at the wall. Just enough room for Lane Thomas to gather that in. Rosario gave it a ride, but he is out number 1.
Have you seen Rosario with that kind of pop to left center before?
You know, everything's starting to come together for Rosario. His timing, and man, that was just a nice, easy stroke to left center field. I thought that ball, I would say, see the flags blowing in out there. That's a tough place to hit it. But wow, he is starting to round into form.
So is this man, Adam Duvall. Adam had a big game last night, wouldn't you say?
That last swing was mucho impressive.
Yeah, high fastball.
Part of his 3-hit game, a first-inning single, a 7th-inning double, a 9th-inning home run. For Adam Duvall, who has the start for the Braves in right field today. Ronald Acuna Jr. getting the day off. As that's off the plate. And 2-0 your count.
Look, as a hitter today, approaching the pitcher, I'm going to look off speed. You talk about, hey, you got to hit off that fastball, but some guys, you don't do that. And if you're watching the game, Espino is just throwing a bunch of curveballs away.
And then he's able to make that 88 or 90, Brian, look a lot faster, right?
Looks a lot faster, but that's a pitch you can handle.
Braves have the game's only hit. That came on a Riley double in the first inning. Now Duvall digs in and pops one back our way. It's an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braves enter play today with 145 home runs. That's most in the National League, second to only the Yankees. In the major leagues,
I'm sure if we played in their park, we'd probably have a couple more.
pretty good chance. With that short porch and right, there's a good approach by Duvall. Fought off that curveball, stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 9 of Adams' last 11 hits have gone for extra bases. Including 2 of his last 3 in this series last evening. The pitch. Struck him out inside corner. Second strikeout for Espino. And quickly 2 outs in the Braves second.
That's what Espino can do to you. Get you set up for the breaking ball, curveball, and then pump 90 miles an hour. But as you said, Chip, looks about 97 after all those spinners.
Yeah, he lulls you to sleep with the curveballs and sneaks that on the inner half fastball. Wow.
So to your point about watching or observing the game, that's how teams have attacked Marcell Ozuna of late, Brian.
That's right. Exactly.
Let's see if he can ambush this man and score the first run. Down and away, ball 1. "17 homers for Ozuna, 37 driven in. And 1 for 6 in this series. As Paulo Espino toes the third base side of the rubber and paints the inside corner.
First changeup of the game. I said it's very rare, and he usually saves it for left-handed hitters. And first pitch, right-handed Ozuna.
Throwing lots of strikes, 21 among the first 28 pitches in the game. And that one is pulled just foul. Robinson Cano waits on deck. He would be the next Braves hitter. Pop fly headed for the big crowd, and again 1-2 the count.
Ozuna's timing is just off. He is. Early this year, he was not missing those pitches. Lately, he's taken too many strikes on the inner half. And a hanging curveball there. He normally strokes that pitch.
Again, the 1-2. Chopper hit towards short. Alcides Escobar gets the assignment today, and he makes a good throw. And the Braves are retired in order in a scoreless second. Lots of Braves fans in town to watch the world champs battle the Nationals here in Game 3. They're also on to see a Braves All-Star, Max Fried, who is our Indeed player resume featured today.
Check out these numbers this season on the road. 6 starts, 4-0, 34-4 K to walk ratio. Braves are 6-0 in Max's 6 road starts. He's also holding opponents to a 182 batting average.
And retired Washington 1-2-3 in the first. Bell, Ruiz, and Franco coming up here in the second inning. No score. Bell's had a nice series. 5 for 9. 2 doubles, a single, and a walk here last night, and scored one of the Nationals' runs. Little pop behind first. Long run. Olson back to the infield, and that ball is going to drop fair. And it's a blue pit for Josh Bell. Boy, has Max Fried been victimized by those all year or what? Wow. And really, everything's been relatively softly hit so far in the first inning plus. But that one turns into a line scraping single down the right field line.
That's the best description. That line scraping single is exactly, but you take that as a hitter, I'm sure, all day, BJ.
All day long.
Especially against Max Fried.
And we saw that last night in the 9th inning. No hard hit balls. They just found holes. But Josh Bell, can't say enough about him. He's getting it done.
So he's 6 for 10 in the series, making a strong impression with the trading deadline weeks away. And Keibert Ruiz, serving as the designated hitter today, will stand in. In a losing effort, this guy deserved the Purple Heart last night, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I mean, he's showing me something by playing today. I thought he might get the day off.
If you missed it, Ruiz was hit behind the plate with a foul ball, and after a lengthy pause was able to stay in the game. Today serving as the DH, and he might have just hit into a double play. The Nats do that a lot. And Cano, bad throw, but Olson's tag a little late.
Definitely got him. What a play by
Braves
Matt
will look
Olson.
at this.
Yeah, it looked like he tagged him on the helmet.
So for the moment, it's a 6-4 putout. Flat-footed throw. And yeah, that'll be called back. First base umpire Jose Nieves couldn't see the tag on the back as he was looking at the foot. This should be a quick review, and it should be
call at first base.
A double play, and if so, it'll be the 93rd double play wrapped into by the Nationals this year. Clearly out. Think about that. The Nationals today are playing in their 93rd game. They're averaging 1 double play per game as an offense.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Atlanta retains their challenge.
So good challenge. Review works, and they got the call right. It's
And
a 6-4-3
rather quickly,
double play.
too.
That's the best part, right?
That's the best part.
So Fried gets the ball on the ground for the first time, 2 for the price of 1, and now Michael Franco is coming up. Franco hit a homer in the series. He has 8 for the year, 37 runs batted in. Tell you what, you're right, Peter. Max is using the inner half early on.
Really good adjustment from last start too. That's where he was getting a lot of trouble. Unable to finish with both that 4-seam and the slider last time out.
And we talked about it. You know, he threw 6 innings the game before. Had a little side injury where we thought, well, I thought it might have affected him in his last start. Now he looks like a different Max Fried.
That was a close pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Braves are 13-5 when Max Fried takes the ball as a starting pitcher. And he's back in the count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think he felt physically fine last time out, but the issue may have been the preparation that he was able to do in between starts because of maybe that glute was laboring a little bit, so he may not have thrown a full bullpen or even a bullpen. He may have just played catch, but now he's had a full week or a full 5 days of preparation. Looks much better.
His fastball has a little extra zip too, wouldn't you say? That one clocked at 97 miles an hour, and Franco fouled it back. Scoreless game, second inning, bases empty for the Nationals. Michael Franco, their 6th place hitter, digs in with 2 outs. on the ground and a 2-strike hit. So Franco reached out and poked that ball up the middle. Fried looks into the Atlanta dugout. Wonder if that was defensive positioning for Franco. Scored the second hit for the Nats, and Alcides Escobar comes up.
Look at the changeup.
Yeah, look at his swing though. He is falling back and he just reaches out and he finds the hole. That's just being lucky right there.
So the third hit for Franco in the series. Alcides Escobar is coming up. Escobar hitting .223 on the year, giving Luis Garcia the day off. Garcia's had some trouble at the plate and in the field against the Braves. So they go to the veteran Escobar today against Fried. Gets a first pitch strike.
I mean, that was an excellent pitch by Max Fried. He's falling back. He was fooled by the pitch. Man, just put the bat on the ball, and that has to frustrate Max Fried.
Fly ball right at Michael Harris, and that is that for the Nationals in the second. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. Robinson Cano leads off the third, scoreless. Take a look at our Liberty Mutual field coverage feature. It begins with Robinson Cano, one of the game's great active hits leaders.
Man, 26-38. What a phenomenal player. Look at those names on that list. Miguel Cabrera, Albert Pujols, and my man Molina. Wow.
They were the heroes of my generation.
Yeah.
They were the guys that I loved to face and hated to face through my whole career.
And they outlasted you.
Easy.
So it'll be Cano, Michael Harris, and Dansby Swanson here in the third inning. Again, no Ronald for game 3. Gets the day off. But not a total day off for Ronald. He was busy before the game today, which we'll talk about in just a bit. 1 ball, no strikes to Cano, who was 0 for 3 in the series.
But how amazing is that? Now, Miguel Cabrera still getting it done. Pujols still hitting the long ball for the Cardinals. Molina, once he gets back and becomes healthy, those guys just continue to get it done.
I think you've seen the effect of the Cardinals not having Molina.
Big time.
When we saw them come in, and since then, he's just so good behind the plate. He's the ultimate captain. He controls everything. He allows the younger guys to be the best they can be. He's just so good with those young guys.
Cano shoots one into the right field corner. That's going to get down for a hit. Add one to the tote board for Robbie Cano. He's got a leadoff double here in the third inning, and here come the Braves trying to strike first in game 3.
Look, man, this is a great opportunity for Cano. Come in as that veteran leader in the clubhouse for the young guys, but it gives him new life. You're playing with a winner. You got a chance to do something. And right now, I'll tell you, he's opening the eyes of everybody.
The very fact that he's even here and not sitting at home, he could very well, you said it the other night, he could very well just be sitting at home right now, enjoying his retirement, collecting a paycheck, but he still wants to win. He still wants to play, and you can see it.
And to your point about Yadier Molina with the Cardinals, the wisdom that Robinson Cano can provide to a still young, albeit successful team, I don't know if there's a price tag you could put on that. As Michael Harris bats and takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
What a brain for Michael Harris II to be able to pick too.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm a young guy, I am picking his brain every day, every chance I get. Because he's pretty much achieved everything. Won championships. All the career hits that he's had. Played with some great players. The captain, Derek Jeter. He's been a part of some great teams.
We had a great shot last night. It's not just the players who can learn a thing or two from Robinson Cano, but even baseball men who've been around as long as Ron Washington are sitting back and sharing knowledge. As this ball is grounded up the middle, productive at bat for Harris. Cano to third, and that's out number 1.
Doing the little things are so important. Michael Harris struggling lately, puts the ball in play, gets Cano to third base with less than 2 outs. Great job.
And now a fly ball could give you the game's first run. Dansby Swanson, 52 RBIs, looking for number 53. Infield comes in for the Nationals. They know the challenge ahead of them with Max Fried on the mound. And a strike. It's 0-1, a slider. Lots and lots of breaking balls from Paulo Espino, who allowed 2 runs in 4 innings against the Braves on July 10th. Dansby swung up and out of the zone.
So this, to me, has been the biggest change in Dansby this year. Is once he gets to 2 strikes, you still feel like he's a chance in the at bat. You still feel like he's going to get the job done. Less than 2 outs, runner on third. He knows what he needs to do.
Well, he's such a clutch player. I mean, even in his inconsistent days, when it mattered, he always came through.
Trying to back up another high fastball. Dansby too wise to swing at that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braves, when they score first, are 40-7 on the year. They've got a great chance here with Cano at third, 1 out. And their leadoff hitter, Dansby Swanson, up the pitch. Fought it off.
Give Espino a lot of credit, man. He's pitching. Early in the count, he's going off speed, and then he's throwing that 90-mile-an-hour, spotting that 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, the beautiful part about having a 90-mile-an-hour fastball is if you don't spot it, you won't have it up here for much longer.
1 ball, 2 strikes after the foul ball. And on the ground, and Franco will look Cano back and throw it first. Close play, and he beat it. Bell took his foot off the bag, says the first base umpire. The Nationals might challenge this, and they will. So an interesting first inning at first base. For Jose Navas. And he had a great angle to see if the foot came off the bag. That was the call. Is there some daylight there? Remember, the call was safe. There has to be clear and convincing evidence to overturn that call at first base. For the moment, it's an infield hit. The Braves have runners at the corners with 1 out pending this review. Here's a better angle. Whoa, I see some dirt between that foot and the bag.
Wow, 2 early calls at first base.
One was overturned that turned into a double play. We're hoping this one stands and the Braves would have first and third with 1 out. That's one thing that's been problematic for the Nationals. Their infield defense has not been very good. Garcia's thrown the ball all over the place. Franco has 9 throwing errors at
The call on
first.
the field stands. The runner is safe. Washington loses the challenge.
So Dansby Swanson is aboard. The call stands.
Well, you were right, Chip. You saw that little grain of dirt in between.
That's the telling angle. See?
Still a base hit?
Yes, infield single. Ball was not bobbled.
Ball beat him.
Well, let's see. The Nationals have an error on the board. So the question is, who gets the error? Was it the thrower or was it Bell coming off the bag? We'll find that out. It's an E3 on Bell. And that is his 6th. So great chance first and third for Atlanta with 1 out. And when you're struggling like Washington is struggling, make them pay. Every mistake in this series so far, the Braves have been able to capitalize on.
And that guy right there, Matt Olson, made them pay yesterday with 3 RBI singles.
Fly ball, well hit. Thomas going back at the track, at the wall. It's an Oppo home run for Olson. No rain, but thunder and lightning for Atlanta in the 3rd inning. They take a 3-0 lead.
Wow, Matt Olson is really staying in on those balls away. Look at this ball sinking away from him. Went right with it, didn't try to do too much, and he's not a home run hitter for no reason.
So 17 homers for Olson, who's now knocked in 10 runs in his last 4 games and 2 at-bats. And the Braves in this ballpark, guys, just continue to make it look like a Little League park.
Oppo taco for Matt Olson.
That's on pace for 87 extra base hits as he adds another one here with a 3-run homer to left. And the Braves have quieted this big crowd with a 3-run 3rd. And Austin Riley, the batter, he doubled off the wall his first time up, and now he shoots one down the line. That one curling near the pole, and it is a foul ball. Wow. I've been covering the Braves a long time, guys. I can't remember an offense that has felt as comfortable as this one is in this ballpark anywhere else.
And again, I keep saying it, guys, the backdrop, that green W out there. Guys are seeing the ball very well. And 2nd time around, Austin Riley looking for that curveball, and he crushed it.
And the 2nd time in a week that we've seen him.
3-1 count. Swing, fly ball center. Robles on the run. Back toward the Bermuda Triangle. He goes as far as he can, and it's gone. Back-to-back homers. All-Star Austin Riley makes it 4-0.
Unbelievable. First at bat, he takes a curveball off the wall, right center field. Gets a fastball down the middle. Crushes it.
Talk about taking advantage of a middle fastball. Curveball, as you said, out in front a little bit that pitch before. Stayed back. Great extension. That W stands for what now?
Walloped. That's the 9th time this year that the Braves have hit back-to-back homers. It's the 3rd time it's involved Austin Riley. The last time the Braves went back-to-back was July the 6th.
And how about that? He ties Andrew Jones. 27 home runs before All-Star break.
On the ground, d'Arnaud to short. And the pick first and almost pulled Bell off the bag. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Well, we can go back and have that conversation about Soto. Why he's not signing that $440 million. 15 years.
There's been a lot of those looks all year long, not just for Soto, but the rest of his mates. We have given up 4 runs in this 3rd inning on back-to-back homers. Eddie Rosario, the hitter, he almost hit one out. Again, we've got a lot of baseball left in this game. The Braves have hit 3 home runs or more in a game in 8 straight in this ballpark. They've got 2 home runs, and we're not out of the 3rd yet so far today.
What a way to celebrate if you're Austin Riley. Find out you're an all-star, and then you come in and hit a double, and you're 27th home run of the year.
Just proving everybody right.
Yeah.
9th home run this month for Riley. And remember, we have games left to this month after the All-Star break. Back in Atlanta as it's 4-zip and a strike. Braves are hoping to gain some ground on the Mets today. They've got a split doubleheader with the Cubs. That game is 1-1 at Wrigley Field. At least the first one is. We'll update you on that as our ball game continues here at Nationals Park.
I know he's just been named an All-Star, but at what point do we start spreading the MVP rumors around?
I think he's there. Don't you?
No doubt. No question about that.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And Rosario did not get that. He'll be tagged out at the plate, and that retires the side. The Braves are playing long ball in Washington again. They've won 8 straight over the Nationals. They've now hit 27 home runs in that stretch. Olson and Riley go back to back. What a great start for Max Fried. He leads 4-0. Matt Olson, a 3-run homer. Austin Riley, a solo homer. And now Max Fried leads by 4 runs entering the home 3rd inning here in Washington. Tres Barrera is the Nationals' other catcher, and he stands in for the first time and takes a called strike.
That's what I love about Max. Just given a 4-run lead, comes out, pumps fastball, strike 1.
And how about this, guys? I've been harping on Matt Olson the last couple of weeks of how it just seems like he is so relaxed now. Everything is behind him, and he's just going out there being himself. And the numbers are showing it.
Fly ball center, but right at Michael. He hardly had to move. There's the first out.
Look, up to 17 home runs. Now 59 RBIs. He's, what, 2 behind Austin Riley. And that's quiet. That's a quiet 59 RBIs. But it just looks like he is really starting to lock in, which is going to be an outstanding rest of the season for this Braves team, man. Yeah.
Well, with Riley's home run, he's now 1 behind Kyle Schwarber, who has 28 of them and is the #1 seed in the home run derby. All the things that were glaring omissions that Austin wasn't invited to participate in that competition. That's one that's kind of a head scratcher. But I'm sure his time will come. It certainly did as far as the All-Star bid is concerned. I mean, can you imagine what that phone call was like? Not voted in, obviously, but finding out that Nolan Arenado has a bad back, can't participate, and you get to play 3rd base for your manager in your first All-Star game.
Yeah, it had to be an awesome feeling. You know, heck, I know his family's been hearing it through social media. Right here at Bally's, we've been pumping it up, how he should be an All-Star. And, you know, good people, good things happen to him. And I'm so happy for Austin myself.
On the ground, right to Dansby. He'll vacuum that up. Perfect throw. Robles is out #2.
And now, quick message from Landmark.
Hi friends, Chip Carey at Landmark Morrow, the #1 dealer in the Southeast, where you get the best deal on hundreds of choices and more for your trade.
Always the best deal, always.
Max Fried has become a left-handed version of Tim Hudson. Remember when Tim was firing all those sinkers for the Braves? You gave him 4 runs, the game was over. No, Max Fried's record is when he gets 4 runs of support, 34-3.
Man,
that was impressive by Huddy, and he would come to the Nationals Park and just make them hit ground ball after ground ball. It was so fun to watch.
There's another ground ball. Max deflects that to Cano, and the peg to first is in time. Max Fried shut down inning. Braves back to work. A smile for Fried, and the Braves who lead by 4. Presented by Truist. What a great start for the Braves after 3 innings. 2 more homers, back-to-back blasts in the 3rd inning. A 3-run homer from Matt Olson, a solo shot from Austin Riley. Max Fried is through 3 innings with a big lead. And now the Braves go back to work with Adam Duvall, Marcell Ozuna, and Robinson Cano coming up for a second time against Paolo Espino.
Well, so far we've seen the offense make some adjustments after that first time around. Let's see if it can continue here.
No balls and a strike for Adam. And this one is poked out towards shallow left center. That's going to get down for an off the end of the bat hit. Duvall will take that. His good work continues in this series. He's now 4 for 7.
I like that hit right there. To me, Adam Duvall is close to being more consistent. There, he just went down and got that. And he knows he's strong enough to hit a single there, and that's going to get him going for his next at bat.
If memory serves, that's what I thought really propelled Adam Duvall last year. He was as good a low ball hitter as the Braves have had in a long time.
That's the first time I've seen him go down, get fooled by a pitch, but go down and put the bat on the ball.
So a good start for the Braves, who have the leadoff man on for the second time in as many innings. The Braves already with 4 runs, 5 hits. A 4-run third gets things opened up here in Game 3.
Had a chance to talk to Duvall this morning. Went on my Starbucks run.
Fly ball center. Robles retreating back toward the 4-0-2 side. And there's the first out. Did you go decaf or did you do an extra shot today? That's the real question.
No extra shot that early in the morning. I just wanted. But you know, one thing that Duvall said, and I said, hey man, congratulations on the new baby. I said, how you feeling right now? He said, I'm on the road getting some rest. So that seems to be working out for him. 3 hits last night. Already 1 hit.
I just remember the relief that you could see on his face when he hit that ball in Colorado. It just must have felt so good to get that first one, and he's just seemed to be so comfortable since then.
Cano was comfortable. He combed a double into the right field corner and scored ahead of Matt Olson's 3-run homer last time up. Well, the Braves offense, for a 4-game stretch, everything came as a result of the home run. These last 2 games now, we're seeing the diversity of how the Braves can hurt you at the plate. The power is always going to be there, as we said, the most home runs on this team, but there are all kinds of different ways for this team to put together crooked numbered offensive innings, and Cano led to that. He started off with a double and scored on the Olson 3-run homer. Let's see if they can manufacture another one here and make it at least 5-zip. And not that time. Cano is down on strikes. 4 punch outs for Espino, 2 outs for Michael Harris.
And if you remember, you know, coming out of May, I told you Kevin Seitzer was pumping, put the ball in play, go the other way. And that's how all this began. Guys just hitting singles the other way, keeping the line moving, and the power all of a sudden came into place. And it hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah, you make a great point. The numbers are the truth of the matter. The Braves in May were dead last in strikeouts by an offense, meaning they had the most. And they were striking out 29% of the time. That has dropped dramatically, and it's obvious if you put the ball in play, you have a chance to make some things happen, and that's exactly what the Braves have done.
I think a lot of it's the league-wide adjustment in cutting down in the big swings. They're not trying to hit home runs. They're trying to put the ball in play because guys are throwing more strikes. There was such, for the longest time, you remember there's a 3-outcome game.
But that's something Kevin Seitzer always talked about, your approach, having a plan. And the plan was, hey, look the other way. But the home run's going to come because it's instinctive. And these guys, we just got too much power 1 through 9 on this team.
Harris on the ground. That's going to sneak through for a base hit. Look at Duvall cut the bases. He'll make third without a throw. And Michael Harris needed that. That's his 2nd hit of this series. 1st and 3rd for the Braves, and Dansby coming up with a chance to add on.
And we just can't say enough about this kid. Yeah, he's going to go through his ups and downs in parts of this season, but it's fun to just watch how he makes adjustments. He's strong, he's fast. He knows all he has to do is put the head of the bat on there. It's not going to be easy seeing these pitches for the first time. But wow, what an athlete. This guy just continues to impress.
With 43 games at Double-A, today's his 47th big league game, and he's got 47 hits. He'll take a hit a day, won't you?
Oh man, a great start for him in his young career.
That said, I'm sure he is looking forward to the All-Star break just to catch his breath, because I can't imagine the whirlwind that he's been on as a rookie player at this level.
And for him, it probably won't be catching my breath. It's going to be staying in the batter's cage, you know, working on certain things, because he had a chance to see it in this first half. How can I just take off in this second half? He's going to be working on that, guys.
There's only been a couple of times where I've had a good first half, and you don't want the All-Star break to come. You want it to keep going through.
Right.
Even count for Dansby. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You talk about this guy. I mean, hey, first All-Star game, he has to feel good about it, but man, he can use those 4 days off too, because he plays every single day, every inning. But he's going to have a blast in his first All-Star game.
Big hole right side for Dansby with a runner at first and third, and look at that ball move. Ooh. You can understand why Espino's throwing so much breaking stuff. You throw fastballs to this Braves team at your own peril.
The room for error with that fastball only being 90 miles an hour is just so slim, especially with this lineup.
A ball and 2 strikes. Harris runs. The pitch is high. So's the throw to second, and he's in safely. Michael Harris with his 8th stolen base, and now a hit gets you 2 runs with 2 outs.
I know when Michael first came up, they held him back. They didn't let him steal bases, but now that they've seen the progress he's made, they're saying, hey, you got the green light like Acuna and all the other speedsters.
It's a pretty good pitch to be able to throw him out on too. It was a fastball up in the zone.
He got such a good jump, though.
Great jump.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, second and third, 2 outs, and guided foul. Almost picked off Adam, who was in foul ground.
I talk about that room for error. You can see Dansby swung and missed at the curveball once, then he's seen it again and he's able to foul it off. When you haven't got the big power stuff, it's just such a small room for error.
But it shows me Dansby's a tick off, because before on that curveball, he's getting his hands in and looking to drive the ball the other way. Might be trying to hit a yah-yah off of this guy instead of just keep the line moving right here.
Wind has shifted, blowing in all of a sudden here in Washington, as another one is pulled foul. It's cooling off. We said there's a chance of rain here as the afternoon progresses. We are not yet through 5 innings, so it's not an official game yet. Atlanta, though, leads it 4-0. All 4 runs came in inning number 3. They threaten again with their leadoff man, Dansby Swanson, fighting hard here with a 2-2 count. On the ground to Escobar. He fields and fires to first, and Bell kept the bag that time. And that's the Atlanta inning. Braves strand 2, but lead 4-zip. Home 4th coming up.
Four runs on the board. This guy has a big part of that. Braves hitting coach Kevin Seitzer, how excited were you for Austin Riley to make the All-Star team?
Ecstatic, to be honest. I'm glad you didn't ask me how mad I was when he didn't get picked out of the game. I mean, the kid's had a tremendous first half. Numbers speak for themselves. I mean, nothing against anybody else, but I'm just so happy for this kid.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it any better. Braves hitting coach Kevin Seitzer, he went the other way a lot in his career with Kansas City, but I don't know. I guess he's teaching everybody how to hit home runs now.
Yeah, we like homers.
Guys.
Thanks, Bertie, as this ball is whacked to right by Cesar Hernandez, and a last-minute adjustment by Duvall. As we said, the wind's blowing in all of a sudden, so anything that is hit in the air might start to nosedive quickly as it gets out to the outfielders here at Nationals Park.
Yeah, and for Adam Duvall, used to playing left field, now he's thrown out there in right field. Different angles coming at him, and like you said, that wind is not helping.
It's like it's swirling a little bit.
Max Fried got Juan Soto to fly out to end the first inning. So Soto is 0 for 1.
Future Brave Juan Soto, apparently.
Really?
Can't believe the Nats aren't going to be able to sign this guy.
Well, it's still time, Peter. You never know.
Ken Rosenthal and others were reporting today that Soto turned down a extremely lucrative and long-term contract extension before today's play, and that now the Nationals, look, if they can't sign him for $440 million, they may have to explore trading him after their general manager Mike Rizzo insisted that was not plan A. Plan A was to have this guy be the focus of the rebuild in Washington. But with a farm system that's run a little dry, and with the Nationals now 32 games under 500, it's going to be a long rebuild with potential new ownership as well here. 2 balls and a strike.
BJ, do you think the uncertainty of maybe the future sale might have come into it, not knowing where the direction of the whole franchise is headed?
Well, I think a lot of that. Yeah, that's some of it, you know, not knowing who ownership's going to be. But more importantly, just, you know, looking at your system, looking at your team this year. You know, the one big powwow that you had with Strasburg, you know, being injured. You don't have a lot of, man, this guy is so good.
A missile off the glove of Matt Olson, who couldn't flag that down. He was playing deep at first, and still Soto was able to muscle that by him into shallow right for a 1-out hit. So look, we don't know what's going to happen with Soto, whether he stays or goes. My question is, what teams can afford to bring him in?
Well, that's the bad part about it. You only got a few teams that have that type of money to bring him in. And look, you got to look at the farm system of a lot of these teams that could give away a lot of their young guys to really make that trade.
The question now becomes, is it going to take a team that's going to go a higher average value for a shorter period?
Riley can't get that off the bat of a red-hot Josh Bell. That's headed for the corner. Soto's around third. He'll get the green light. Ball got away briefly. Bell on his way to third, and he'll make it with a slide. And the Nationals are on the board. It's now a 4-1 game. Braves can't get Bell out all of a sudden. He's got 7 hits in the series.
He's making a strong statement trade deadline. He wants some teams to really take a hard look at him.
Good pitch, cut it down and in, just past the glove of Riley. I think Rosario got tangled up with the wall down in left field. Ball was able to get past him.
And that's one of those situations where when you're running over there to cut that ball off, you got to say, well, I'm taking a chance of trying to run that straight line to cut it off. Just play it off the back wall, and there you hold Bell to a double. Soto still may score on that, but at least you hold Bell to a double.
They've got to buckle down in a 3-run game. Keibert Ruiz, the DH, hitting to a double play his first time up.
Well, you look at this lineup. Those are the 2 guys that can do damage against you, Soto and Josh Bell.
They have 3 hits. The Nationals team has 4 today. Braves would concede a run for a ground ball out here, it looks like, as Ruiz digs in. And Max misses high. Ball 2. So a lot of intrigue in Washington as the Braves and Nationals play in Game 3. One more affair tomorrow. Spencer Strider has the ball for Atlanta. First pitch at 1:35. Then the Braves will jet out to Los Angeles for the All-Star festivities. The traveling party will head back to Atlanta and get ready for the Angels next Friday night. On the ground, Cano will field that. Bell will score. Productive out for Ruiz. We've got a 2-run game. You can live with that. No big innings. It's now a 4-2 score. RBI number 20 for Ruiz. Here's Michael Franco. He singled and was stranded in the second. As we have seen with Washington, they may be having a bad year, but they play a hard 27 outs. We saw that last night with 3 in the 9th when they sent 9 to the plate. So keep on adding on if you can for Atlanta, as that is fouled at third. Strike one.
Give a lot of credit to Dave Martinez, man. These guys are still playing. They're playing hard. It's never easy. But as a manager, you know you don't have that talent that's going to go out there and win every ball game. But you got a lot of young guys that you got to keep pushing. And that Ruiz is one of those young guys that I think you build your team around.
Wind really picking up and blowing straight in at us, so might take a cannon shot to hit the ball out of the ballpark at this point, as that's fouled away. Mentioned Dave Martinez. He'll be on Brian Snitker's coaching staff representing the Nationals, who because of the COVID season never got to celebrate their 2019 World Series. So it'll be a special time for Dave Martinez and Juan Soto heading west to represent the National League.
I didn't know how good Dave Martinez was as a player.
No, he was my teammate
Really
in Atlanta.
Good. Yeah, finished up with the Braves.
Great pinch hitter off the bench, man.
1-2 count. Miss low, 2-2.
How does this wind blowing in affect pitchers, Peter?
When it's blowing against your back, it doesn't affect the movement too much. I always found with a slight breeze in my face, it would allow my sinker and slider to be a little bit more sharp.
Washington with a 2-run fourth inning, bases empty, 2 outs. And driven foul again. Four runs, 6 hits for the Braves, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Nationals. Braves will have Olson, Riley, and d'Arnaud coming up in the 5th inning, leading by 2 at the moment.
I think he wants to throw another sinker. I think Travis has gone through all signs. He just threw a nice 97-mile-an-hour sinker on the outside. I think he's probably looking for something in. Back it up again.
Remember, Franco reached out and singled between the left side of the mound and Dansby Swanson up the middle. What pitch was that, Peter?
That was off a changeup. Just got the hands out, kept the barrel through the zone and drove it up the middle. We'd been playing a shift with the second baseman on the left side of second base until today.
Max Long look in, now goes back to work. And it's on the ground to Riley. Tricky hop, stayed with it. And Austin's throw is letter perfect. Washington strikes for 2 in the 4th. The Braves still lead with the heart of the order coming up. To score. Olson and Riley hit back-to-back homers in the 3rd inning. That's part of our Discover matchup. Look at what this dynamic duo has done over the last calendar month.
Wow, this is what you want. If you're Brian Snitker, this is a happy sight. The 2 guys you want to carry this ball club, stepping up to the plate and getting it done. 9 doubles apiece, 9 home runs. Oh,
what a luxury to pencil those guys in the lineup every day, back to back.
And Olson shoots one into the shift, and he's going to be retired on a hard hit ball. Low throw to first, as Josh Bell had to scoop that out. Olson's retired quickly, 1 away here in the top of the 5th.
I'm Josh Bell. I'm gonna get on these guys and say, hey, stop making me work so hard over there.
So Austin Riley homered right below the Curly W in straightaway center for his 27th home run. Espino back out there for the Braves 5th inning. Their bullpen is busy as he's approaching his 75th pitch. He's done a nice job of keeping things close for this Washington offense, which has had its trouble scoring runs. That ball jammed him, and it's driven toward left. Look at that ball find another gear, and leaping grab at the wall is made by Robles. Austin Riley got jammed and almost hit that out into the red seats in left center. Wow.
Man, that's impressive, Peter. I thought he was totally fooled on that pitch.
3 balls smoked.
Ran in on the hands, and he still hit it that far.
And look at the wind.
Wind blowing in.
So Espino with a sigh of relief as that's the second out. Here's d'Arnaud. Travis is 0 for 2. And skies that back toward us. Strike 1. And now it's 0-2. Big crowd. They've been quieted with another home run barrage by the Braves. Have hit 2 of them. And that's strike 3 as d'Arnaud is retired and Espino has his second perfect inning. Bottom part of the order coming up. Braves by 2. Nine on the lineup card coming up for Max Fried, who leads here in game 3. It's time for our Synovus Get There feature. Peter, we know Max Fried has a blazing fastball, but he's had everything working so far in this start against the Nats.
Yeah, take a look here. Synovus Get There. This is exactly what makes Max Fried so efficient and so effective. His fastball is his obviously #1 pitch, but when you take a look at the 3 other pitches he can throw, he's only one of 4 qualified pitchers that has 3 secondary qualified pitches that has a whiff rate of over 30% and a usage rate of over 10%. So what that means is
fly ball hit to left. Eddie is there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Not only is his fastball a very effective pitch, he uses not just the curveball, which we've heard about, but those 3 other pitches, those 3 other secondary pitches that makes him so effective.
That's my question for you, Brian. How do you attack somebody who has that kind of excellence like Max Fried?
Well, you're always going to have to look for the fastball. When you throw 96, 97 like Max Fried, you have to hit off of that pitch. But going into that ball game, you got to look, hey, I got to let this ball get deep any way you look at it, because he has so many different types of pitches that I got to be patient enough that I'm not out in front on those off-speed pitches. So it's, you know, it's not too many guys out there like Max Fried with 5 different pitches, and he throws all of them.
Well, it's one thing to have 5 pitches.
Right.
The other thing is to be able to have 5 really good, effective pitches
that you can command and throw for strikes or get strikes swinging.
Well, Paul Byrd had like 5 different pitches and a couple specialty pitches for us. Paul, what do you think about that?
You're right on, Brian. My only problem was each of my pitches were in the bottom 25%. So that's the difference. You just described Kershaw, in my opinion. I think Clayton Kershaw had the fastball, curveball his first year in the big leagues, ERA in the mid-4s, and then he added the slider. They could no longer sit curveball. Not only was it a slider, but it was one of the best in the game. Then he added the cutter. Then he added the change. Max has done the exact same thing. All of his pitches are in the top, 10%. Spin rates off the chart on the curve. Chip, take it away.
How about that swing and a miss from Trace Barrera? That's the second out. The Braves are an out away from making this an official game.
How about that spin rate right here, Pete?
It's a beautiful curveball. This was his bread and butter when he first came up, but he's just, like we just talked about, the other 3 pitches that he's developed along this ride have become just the reason why he's the all-star, the ace.
I love the fact that he didn't break that pitch out until late in the game, the 5th inning.
That's when it gets fun. You can start deciding on when to break stuff out, or if something's not working, you go to something else. And I think we talk about Ian Anderson, what will take him to the next level. It's going to be adding multiple pitches, and not just pitches, but quality pitches. Better curveball from Ian the other night, so it's going to be fun to watch.
Well, Max Fried, 1 strikeout, but he's making quality pitches and leads 4-2. He's got an even count with Robles, and now he's ahead of him. You guys mentioned Clayton Kershaw, by the way. Kershaw took a perfect game into the 8th inning last night.
Yeah, I watched it.
The ageless wonder.
He had 60 pitches through 6 innings too.
So Fried needs 1 more strike. He's been economical. 62 pitches for Max. And a swing and a miss. He's starting to cook now. He is through 5 back-to-back strikeouts. Atlanta's offense goes back to work. It's 4-2 Braves after 5 at Nationals Park.
Qualifying rounds for the 2023 World Baseball Classic take place September 10th through October 5th in Panama City, Panama, and Regensburg, Germany. For more information, visit worldbaseballclassic.com.
Nicely done as we've completed 5. Glad you're with us here at Nationals Park. Paul Byrd downstairs by the Braves dugout. Peter, BJ, and Chip with you upstairs as the Braves send Rosario, Duvall, and Ozuna out against Paulo Espino, who trails 4-2. Rosario is flied out and struck out.
70-mile-an-hour curveball.
Sure this isn't Anibal Sanchez out there throwing
Exactly.
for the Nationals?
Well, if you're Dave Martinez, you got to be happy with Espino's outing here.
They haven't announced their starter tomorrow. It might be a bullpen game, but if that's the case, getting this game into the 6th inning close, he's doing his job.
He's making that decision for them. If he doesn't get through this amount, they're probably going to have to call someone up.
Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Another 70-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
If you're Rosario here, you got to spread out because he's throwing up nothing but slow stuff. And Rosario's not recognizing that spin, obviously.
This curveball is his out pitch. He's used it effectively today with 5 strikeouts. And this one on the ground. Bell, nice backhanded scoop. Pitcher covers the bag, and there's the first out. Espino's retired 5 straight Braves. 1 out in the top of the 6th inning for Adam Duvall. The 5 strikeouts for Espino matches his season high. He struck out 5 Phillies on June 17th. Adams 1 for 2 today. He struck out in the 2nd and had a 4th inning hit. Went down and combed a single. As that breaking ball missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
The ball averages up to 214. He is getting hot.
Look at how that bat split. How does that happen?
Right off the end.
Gets the foot down, everything correct, but just a little too quick. Hips open up. That's exactly the way you teach it, but the ball just broke away.
The old Bugs Bunny changeup pitch just never got there for Adam. So he picks out a new bat and goes back to work with an even count here in the top of the 6th inning. Braves 4, Nationals 2. With 2 home runs, the Braves now with homers in 11 straight road games. And those homers the difference to this point. As the 1-1 pitch on the way, that floats in. Another strike.
He's been getting to 2 strikes against the Braves hitters and then trying to sneak that fastball past. I think if he tries to do that to Duvall, he had a really good swing on a fastball last at bat. If he tries to do it this at bat, I think that Duvall's going to send it somewhere with high velocity.
Oh, up and in. How did he get out of the way of that? He didn't, is the answer. Duvall plunked on a 2-2 pitch up and in, and he's aboard with 1 out. Adam didn't like that. I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's not a fun location.
No, absolutely not as a hitter. Never want to see a ball that high going towards your head.
And so will that be the end of the line for Paolo Espino? Perhaps. Adam Duvall still shaking his head as he was grazed on the forearm by that pitched ball. And with 1 on and 1 out in the 6th inning, Dave Martinez is going to take the ball from his veteran right-hander who kept the Nats in this game, but he'll leave trailing 4-2. The Braves threaten with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Ronald Acuna Jr. not in today's starting lineup. Nothing physically wrong with Ronald, but on our T-Mobile coverage cam, you'll see what he was up to before the game. Practicing for the Home Run Derby in Los Angeles. And he was blasting baseballs all over the ballpark. And so here's the bracket that you'll see coming up in Los Angeles. Ronald will match up with Pete Alonso. Alonso the 2nd seed, Kyle Schwarber the 1st by virtue of his 28 home runs. And that should be a lot of fun. Schwarber, Pujols, Soto, and Ramirez for the Guardians. J-Rod for the Seattle Mariners, Corey Seager, Acuna, and Alonso.
Tough draw, but how about an upset in that 1st round? That would be huge.
Be great. Alonso's won the competition twice. So, Bertie, you were down on the field. How did Ronald look? And was Juan Soto trying to get any tips from Ronald before the game?
Juan Soto was so impressed. He came out. I interviewed him on camera, which I appreciated. He does not have to do that. And he was just talking about how impressive Ronald Acuna is taking batting practice, that many times a lot of the Washington Nationals will sneak out and just watch him hit. So he put on a show today in BP. What was interesting is, number one, it's very tiring hitting home run after home run. BJ can attest to that. And then Kevin Seitzer was timing pitching coach Tomas Perez in between pitches so that he could get into a rhythm on throwing the pitches and giving Acuna enough rest.
Fly ball by Ozuna with this swirling wind. Who wants it? It'll be Robles, who's a terrific defender. Steve Cishek gets Ozuna to pop out. 2 outs, 1 aboard, and Robinson Cano is the hitter.
Guys, you got to be in condition on those home run derbies. I found that out last year in the softball matchup against Jeff Francoeur.
You still haven't recovered, have you?
I mean, no. In all seriousness, though, I mean, you watch those guys, you're on a time limit and take so many swings. And then the hardest part is you got all the fans there, so the pressure is on.
So that'll be a fun competition at the All-Star festivities at Dodger Stadium. You know, they'll put on a good show for the Midsummer Classic. As Cano versus Cishek. Shoots this ball toward left, down the line. Thomas streaking and up against the fence, won't have a play. Cano quickly behind, 0-2.
I would have loved to see Judge and Stanton. I'm surprised Ohtani's not in it this year after last year's performance he put in there. Wow. How about that? Ohtani and Soto was in the first round last year. You remember that?
I wonder if Ronald got some advice from Cano. He won the home run derby back in 2011.
He sure did.
Nothing in 2. To Atlanta. The pitch from Cishek is fouled away. The Mets and Cubs in extra innings in game 1 of a split doubleheader. We'll update you on that score when it goes final. Here it's Cano and a 1-2 count. And that's upstairs, 2-2.
It's the one pitch I wish I had have learnt through my baseball career is the elevated fastball from my arm angle. I could just never get the hang of it.
Really?
I never really worked on it because it was so much focus on down when I was coming through.
2-2 pitch, golfed and just foul. That would have been fun. With Duvall's speed, he might have been able to score on a ball into the corner. Instead, it's 2-2.
Cishek is another good arm that trade deadline. Be a good pickup for somebody.
He's been doing it a long time.
And what's so fun about this trading deadline and all the teams that are going to be involved in postseason play. Remember, 12 teams make it this year. There's going to be a bigger market for potential trade partnerships, and everybody's looking for the same thing, pitching. The 2-2 off the plate, full count. Right now, the Braves would be the #1 wild card team in the National League, but they're only 2 games behind the first place Mets with 12 games head to head with New York. Runner goes, full count, and a swing and a miss, and the Braves are done in the 6th inning. Top of the order coming up for the Nationals. Thomas, Hernandez, and Soto. Max Fried enjoys a 2-run lead. Star break, including Alumni Weekend, July 29th through the 31st. All the Braves greats will be in town for the induction of Joe Torre, Joe Adcock, and Leo Mazzoni into the Braves Hall of Fame. A lot of great festivities on hand for a special weekend against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hope you'll find out more. Go to Braves.com/Alumni Weekend for all the details. 6th inning, a big one for Max Fried. He leads by 2. He's got a dangerous part of the order coming up. Thomas, Hernandez, Soto, and Bell. Those latter 2 names have accounted for 3 of the Nationals' 4 hits and both of their runs. Thomas has popped out and has grounded out. High fly ball toward left. Rosario to the warning track. In the corner, has room in foul ground. That stayed up forever. And there is out number 1. Cesar Hernandez is your hitter. Max has sent down 6 straight. And now a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Hernandez 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out. And this one is curling off the netting foul. And Cesar Hernandez down a strike. Soto is next. Even count. Ball 2. This one on the ground, and that'll bounce through on 3 hops, and the Nationals bring the tying run to the plate with a man aboard and Soto coming up. There's 1 for 3. And now Soto 1 for 2 with a run scored. Wind blowing in for Soto. He's reached base now in 25 consecutive games. The Braves interrupted his long hitting streak here last night, so it's lefty versus lefty, and that's taken low. Ball 1. So 2, 3, and 4 on the Nationals lineup card has done all of the damage so far today. But the Braves lead 4-2.
You pitching to this guy, Pete?
Well, yeah, I think I am, honestly. This is the usual situation where Max can step off, take a breath, and make his pitch, make a big pitch. But yeah, I mean, look at Josh Bell. He's been just as hot.
And that's the danger if you pitch around Soto. Bell's been the hottest hitter the last couple of games for Washington. But one thing you have to factor in with Bell, he's hitting to an unbelievably high 18 double plays.
And that's exactly why I would take my chances with Bell. I know he's hot, but get that ground ball, easy double play.
Now that it's gone 3-0, the situation changes a little bit. You've got to make 3 quality pitches to get Soto out now.
But this is a guy that swings green light 3-0. Got to be careful.
Took it that time. 3 balls and a strike. Soto's walked 79 times. He has 76 hits. Amazing. Fried way behind in the count. 3 balls and a strike. Line drive into right field. That's down for a base hit. Hernandez is on his way to third, and the Nationals have him at the corners. They pitch to Soto, and he has his 2nd hit, and the tying runs are aboard here in the home 6th inning.
The good thing is he kept it in the ballpark. He still got the double play in order. He's just really, really good, man. I can't say enough about Soto.
Swanson and Fried will discuss strategy against Josh Bell, who's hit the ball hard twice. He's got a single, he's got an RBI triple, and he has scored a run.
He's been a good hitter for a long time.
They've been focusing on him too, on Josh. He's pulled a couple balls down the line.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them. I think he's going to go heavy sinkers outside, change up off of that, roll over double play to get out of the inning. He's going to stay away from him, miss a bat.
First 2 games of this series, Bell batted in front of Soto. Today he bats behind him with 1st and 3rd. Line drive into center field. We got a 1-run game. Bell is roasting hot. He's 3 for 3 and has 2 RBIs. Give him 50 on the year.
And that's just a good piece of hitting there. Coming up to the plate, being very aggressive. You don't want to fall behind Max Fried here.
First pitch sinker that didn't really do a lot.
Man, he stayed down and threw that pitch.
So it's a 1-run game all of a sudden. 3 straight singles for the Nationals. And here's Ruiz, who hit into a 2nd inning double play. We need another one of those. Nationals have bounced into 93 twin killings this year. First and second, the pitch. There it is. Ground ball right to Dansby. Cano, an easy turn, and the Braves lead is still intact. Ruiz has doubled up twice, 4-3 after 6 in Washington. So as we sometimes say, go Cubs go. In that game against the New York Mets, here the Braves lead has been trimmed to 4-3. The Nationals have scored the last 3 runs after the Braves hit back-to-back homers in the third to take a 4-0 lead. So you got to add on now. Hunter Harvey is in his 7th big league game, and looked good here on Thursday night with a strikeout in his scoreless inning.
Looked really good against us. Big fastball, sharp breaking ball. Not a young kid, but might be a weapon somebody tries to come and get before the trade deadline too.
Throwing 99, 98 mile-an-hour fastballs, yes.
Remember Brian Harvey, relief pitcher, Marlins? That's his kid's dad. Big league pitcher for a long time.
There's a lot of sons going in the draft this year too.
Yep.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Wonder where Andrew's son's going to go on Sunday. What an exciting time to be a amateur player looking for your chance to fulfill a dream that millions have had and seldom get to experience.
I haven't had a chance to see it in person, but every single person that's seen Drew Jones play says it's something special.
Yeah, I mean, he's fun to watch. I mean, you look at Andrew and look at him, it's almost like identical. You know, watching him and remembering when Andrew first came up to the big leagues against New York on the scene, couple of home runs in the World Series. That's what Drew reminds me of. When you look at his body, and his swing is almost identical as Andrew. That's crazy.
You know what else it reminds us of? We're getting older. Hate to bring that part up, but it's true.
That is true.
And so we're all looking forward to the Major League Baseball draft coming up this weekend. It's all part of the All-Star festivities.
Matter of fact, Drew was there last year doing the home run derby, softball home run derby, and he was a little disappointed in his dad. Talked about conditioning.
Oh, really?
Oh my. Andrew was so tired after going in that first round.
Missed inside, full count for Michael Harris. Talk about fast journeys. Not so long ago, this kid was playing in the Futures game. Now he's playing for the defending World Series champions.
And making an impact, too.
Yes, he has. 1 for 2 is he in game 3 of the series. Getting a little too close for comfort. Braves need to add on here. They lead 4-3. And that's an excellent way to start. A leadoff walk with the top of this Atlanta order coming up. So as Dansby Swanson strides into the batter's box, here's a quick message from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no.
Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
Dansby reached on an E3 in the 3rd inning. Bell's foot came off the bag as he tried to stretch out to handle a throw from his infield. That is a very big run in this game. Dansby scored ahead of Olson's 3-run 3rd inning blast. And that extra run that the Nationals have given the Braves is the difference in this game.
Michael Harris is back in the 4th inning, stole his 8th base of the season.
He's got a good lead. He's going. Good jump. Pitch outside. The throw from Barrera is way late. So Harris, a 2-steal game. He's 9 for 9 in steals, and this sets up beautifully for the Braves. Runner in scoring position and nobody out.
Those leadoff walks always come back to haunt pitchers. Great jump of Michael Harris here, looking in, making it look so easy. You're talking about a guy throwing 100 miles an hour.
Well, a hit could score you a run here. Swanson with 52 RBIs, the most hits of any major league player since May 23rd. What an honor that is for Dansby, who turned his season around after the first 6 weeks when he was struggling to make consistent contact. Went back to the drawing board, got back to the approach that he worked on this offseason, and it's led him to the All-Star game.
Wow, I know after April, May, we were talking about him being on pace to break records for strikeouts. And he quickly corrected that, and he's a tough out right now.
I go back to just watching the progression and watching how hard he worked and seeing the effects of that, going from those swing and miss to making contact, even though it wasn't good contact, just hard contact to the right side, and then natural progression, right side base hits up the middle, then the power stroke came. It was just, and he hasn't stopped.
Hitters count here. Fly ball, well hit right center field. At the track end wall, that's high off the wall. Harris got a late break. He's coming around third. And the Nationals can't handle the relay. Right center approach for Dansby Swanson, and the Braves cash in the walk. They extend the lead to 5-3 as Swanson with a bolt to right center.
And we talked about his last at bat. It looked like he was pulling off a little bit. That time, a fastball on the outer half of the plate. He stayed down and through. Man, I thought that ball was out right there. Hit the top of the wall. That wind blowing in. How about Michael Harris? Wasn't sure, quite sure at first. But man, that speed made up for it.
What is the rule on that? I've always been taught that once you see the outfielder's numbers, it's pretty safe to determine that he's not going to get there and you can take off. I guess with none out, you want to try and be safe.
You got to be safe. You cannot take that chance. This late in the game, 1-run game, 7th inning, you got to be sure. And when you got speed like Michael Harris, doesn't matter. As soon as they hit off the wall, he was going to score.
So let's see if Olson can add on. He's had a terrific series.
They try to go top of the zone with a big fastball.
Matt with 7 RBIs against the Nationals so far in this 3-game set. As the Braves cash in a leadoff walk on Dansby Swanson's 20th double. 53 RBIs for Dansby. Olson has 59 of them.
He's been so good in this situation, this series. Man on second base. Not trying to do too much. Putting the ball in play, getting singles, RBIs.
And that covered. I wish fans at home could see Brian's reaction when the Braves hitters foul a center cut fastball off. He just starts to shake a little bit.
Oh my, he was on it.
Harvey ahead in the count. Riley waits on deck. Braves have a 2-run lead again for Max Fried. And the pitch. And Olson is down as that ball tipped into Tres Barrera's glove. Olson can't advance Swanson. And he's down on strikes for out number 1 here in the 7th.
Wow, at the 99, 98 fastballs, look at this sinker. Sinker changeup. You think that was an 89-mile-an-hour changeup? Wow, that's incredible.
There's been a couple of guys that have morphed the two, like a split finger and a changeup. They call it a splinker because it's so hard and moves so much.
Well, that was a nasty splinker.
That's got to be an Australian term. That's way outside. 1 ball and no strikes from Hunter Harvey. Austin Riley is the hitter. He'll be the subject of the stretch coming up. That's presented by Synovus. Trevor and Nick are standing by in Atlanta to talk about the remarkable day for the Braves all-star third baseman who has 2 hits. That's driven foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Got to pick this run up right here. Get 2 this inning, at least.
So Bertie, tell us about that pitch that Harvey's thrown and where did he learn it?
Well, you guys are spot on. He learned it from his dad, Brian Harvey, who was my teammate with the Braves in spring training in 1997. And it's a split fosh. And instead of holding the split on the seams like a suitor grip where you have the two seams in the middle, you actually turn the baseball and you have each seam underneath the ends of each finger, and it comes out kind of goofy. You'll see it like that. He's holding it right there. When he comes out with that and it comes in, it almost looks like a knuckleball falls straight off the table. That's what pitch his dad was known for. And his dad never really recovered and could do anything with the Braves because his arm was shot, but had great years as a closer with the Angels and the Marlins when they started their season in the early 90s. And as you guys indicated, nice to see kids up in the big leagues.
I'll tell you what, Paul, his dad is pretty mad right now because that pitch was really close. Wow.
Well, an all-star's got to get that post call, don't you think? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dansby at second, 1 out. And had that covered. So, Peter, you called the splitter and sinker is a splinker, right?
Correct.
What would you call the splitter and the fosh? Splosh?
I don't know what was the second word?
Well, he called it the fosh, kind of like a changeup type pitch. That's the way Paul explained it. Pete's going to have to get to his Australian dictionary to figure that one out, as this one is out of play foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Splosh?
Yeah, why not?
That's a community fund.
It's also a pretty good pitch for Mr. Harvey. As Austin Riley fighting tough. Riley with a double and a homer in this game. And back toward the third deck.
Oh, good battle right here. Harvey's throwing some really good pitches.
Yeah. He certainly got the arm pass down. He's 99, consistently 99.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Driven toward right. Soto is there, however, and he puts that away. And after a long fight, Austin Riley is retired. There's out number 2. Let's check out our Who's Hot feature that's brought to you by Texas Pete. Today's feature is Braves catcher Travis d'Arnaud, who's another Braves All-Star.
How about those numbers? 417. Who's hot? That's why he's going to the All-Star game, folks. 2 home runs, 9 runs scored.
How cool is that both Braves catchers are All-Stars?
I was just about to say, he's not even playing every day. But that is pretty cool, Chip. Contreras, d'Arnaud will be teammates in their first All-Star game.
So for Contreras individually, yeah, great moment. Your first All-Star game representing the Braves, and also his brother will be an All-Star with the Cubs. Out in Los Angeles early next week. No balls and a strike. As Harvey's had to pile up the pitches. He's about to make his 25th here in the 7th inning. 5-3, Braves lead it. Driven into center field. There's a base hit. Here comes Dansby around. There'll be no throw. Another 2-out lightning bolt from Travis d'Arnaud, and the Braves add on. It's a 6-3 game. 2 runs across here in the top of the 7th.
Just relentless, BJ.
You're right. I mean, especially after Washington came back and scored a run in the bottom of the 6th inning, you come back and score 2.
Just demoralizing. It's just the pitching staff, an infield, a defense. You get to 2 outs and you just can't make a pitch. Or just a great job of hitting by d'Arnaud, too.
Yeah, he made the pitch.
Yeah.
But a better hit by d'Arnaud.
That's what we've said all year long, Brian and Peter. There's no place to go consistently right now over the last 6 weeks for outs. There are seldom easy innings in run-scoring situations, certainly, and even more so with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
We see it so often that it's almost frustrating when they don't do it every time because it's been so consistent.
And the good part about it, d'Arnaud's 0 for 3 coming into that at bat, not really driving the ball, seeing it well. But in that situation, 2 outs, the Braves 1 through 9 find a way to get it done.
So it's 6-3. Braves have the lead. Eddie Rosario's the batter. He is 0 for 3. And over the outside edge, it's a strike. Bad news from Chicago. The Mets beat the Cubs in 11 innings. That was a 2-1 final. They will play the nightcap later on tonight. So for the moment, the Braves are 2.5 behind the Mets. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
And the worst news is the Cubs got to face Scherzer.
Well, that's right. He's going tonight, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Well, he's due for a bad game.
He is. Drew Smyly's due for a good one.
Like the way you think. So we'll follow that along tonight as we wrap up game 3. Day game here tomorrow as Harvey turns it loose. And that will end the Atlanta 7th. Long inning, 27 pitches for Harvey. The Braves with a walk, 2 hits and 2 runs. 6-3 your score. Time to send it back to Atlanta and the stretch. All-Stars and Austin Riley, our player comparison from our friends at Landmark. This should bring back some memories for you, Brian Jordan, that magical 1999 season for Chipper Jones.
The MVP in 1999, and look, that was my first year with the Braves, and one thing Bobby Cox told me was, you're here to protect Chipper Jones. And I'm going to tell you, the first half of that season, nobody wanted to challenge him. They wanted to challenge me, and I made them pay. And in that second half, they had to pitch to Chipper, and Chipper just took off. And that's why he was the MVP that year.
How did Chipper not make the All-Star team that year?
Well, I think I had better numbers hitting behind him. But no, you know, I was really surprised he didn't, to be honest. I thought we both had great chances of making it.
Did he give you a piece of the MVP, or did he keep the whole thing?
Oh, he kept the whole thing. But he gives me a lot of credit, man. And that's what I love about Chipper.
Matt Williams and Ed Sprague were the third baseman for the All-Star team that year. Well, Max Fried now with the 7th inning upon us, facing the bottom part of the order. Franco, Escobar, and Barrera. Would love to get Max through 7. The Braves have a 3-run lead. There is rain all around the ballpark. As we look up and off to our right, we can see the wet weather falling over there, but thankfully the ballpark isn't over there. It's dry here at Nationals Park for the moment.
I hope that wind is blowing that the other way, because it looks bad.
Braves have hit the Nats 8-7. They've outscored them 6-3. Fried to Franco. Popped up. And back toward the President's Club seats and into them. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just joining us, these are the Nationals City Connect uniforms commemorating the cherry blossoms which draw millions of tourists into Washington in the spring. We've got the cherry trees out on the walkway beyond the left field fence here. Different looking uni. Kind of like it. First time we've seen it in person as they celebrate Star Wars today, so they wear the special togs. As the rain has begun to fall here, a swing and a miss takes care of Franco. Max Fried has his 3rd strikeout. 1 away in the 7th inning. Before the inning started, the groundskeeper for the Nationals was out chatting with Mark Carlson and the rest of the umpiring crew, giving him an update as to what the weather radar was showing. And it's not raining hard enough to delay play quite yet. 1 away for Alcides Escobar. And a strike. Escobar's flied out twice. He is 0 for 2. Now the rain coming down a little bit more deliberately. And 1 ball, 1 strike. You see how quickly Fried is working. He wants to get this game through 7.
That's right.
I think the umpires want to get this game through 7. Infield looks to be in real good shape. No shiny spots yet. So with that in mind, Peter and Brian, what are the issues that players face?
You just saw it there. The grip is going to be the issue. Obviously, you're going to try and hide the ball in your glove to keep it dry. But as it travels towards home plate and back, it's going to obviously get some moisture.
2 balls into strike. As this one's popped out of play. Of bigger concern for us. Bertie, have you found a dry spot down there?
I have not, but I have gotten wise over the years on travel and packing, and I did pack a raincoat.
Nice.
I'm here. Yeah, no, it's eased up just a second, but 30 seconds ago it was coming down hard, and there is a point where you can't grip the ball like Peter was saying, and you can't pitch.
I don't think we've gotten to that point yet. At least it doesn't appear to be the case. As did he go? Ring him up. Nope. Full count.
The other issue is too, and I don't know if you experienced this, Bertie, is that my biggest issue in the rain was when the grip under my cleat, the mud would gather in my cleats and I wouldn't have anywhere to be able to plant. I'd just slide straight down the mound.
Absolutely. Another big issue.
Payoff pitch. And Escobar expands his strike zone. Back-to-back punch-outs for Fried. 2 away in the 7th inning. What rain there is now appears from our vantage point, Bertie, to be just a light mist.
Let me ask Paul and Peter this question. When you see rain coming, why throw the ball around? As a pitcher, you want that ball right back?
Yes.
Well, yep.
Who makes that call?
Well, you'll just start to give the hey, hurry up motion, and you get it back as quick as you can. A couple games where it was light snowing, and we had to make that signal. Another thing too, when it's coming down and you get a ground ball, it's on wet grass, and all of a sudden your infielder's got to throw it.
No balls and a strike for Tres Barrera. He's quickly behind 0-2. This crowd of 37,880. Many have scampered into the concourses to try to get out of the damp weather. But no sign of the grounds crew here. Looks like we'll continue to play on with the Braves in front by 3 runs. Max Fried brilliant through 6 2/3. They're checking the radar, but no need to stop now. As Max peers over the glove and goes back to work. And missed blown away.
That was a funny sight. Every one of them had their phones out. Like you're going to get 6 different reports.
I was wondering if they were texting each other. There's a good camera angle. No rain falling now. After that quick downpour a second ago. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Barrera steps out. Late swing.
You talk about the development of Max's slider and changeup, but for me, that 2-seam fastball has added a whole nother dimension as well. Being able to throw that pitch going away from a right-handed batter, as well as the slider coming down and in.
Well, I talked about his efficiency. This is a 93rd pitch right there.
Yeah, this huge comeback for Max Fried, who didn't have his plus stuff last time out against the Mets, but doing what an ace does. Dropping the hammer against the Nationals. He's in line for his 10th win. As we labor on here in the 7th inning, the pitch. Back to the mound. Fried's got that. Little flip to first, and we are through 7 in Washington, D.C. Atlanta leads 6-3. That's your score. Back to Nationals Park after the break. mayhem moment. Nothing like Nationals Park, Peter Moylan, for a Braves offense that feasts with the home run ball here.
They have hit their fair share. Look at that beautiful spray chart. Not an area that's missed. This offense is locked in right now.
Looks kind of like a cherry blossom, doesn't it? So Atlanta with a couple of home runs in this game. They got 2 runs in the 7th to extend their lead to 6-3. Very light rain, if anything, falling as we head to the 8th inning. And Tyler Clippard, the ageless wonder, is back on the mound. Oh, excuse me. We're told it was Tyler Clippard. It's Jordan Weems who's going to come on and pitch. I beg your pardon. Weems is pitching in his 12th game. He's got a big arm. So Weems, more than a strikeout per inning pitched. He'll have Duvall Ozuna and Robbie Cano coming up in the Atlanta 8th. And that's taken upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
Thinking about that swing that Duvall put on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball last night. If he throws another one close to that, I'd love to see him match that swing.
Well, he's starting to lock in, I can tell you that. Good swing there.
Duvall hit on the forearm in the 6th inning. He is 1 for 2 officially in this game. The pitch is popped up a mile high. And Bell broke back. Now comes galloping in and puts the squeeze on that for out number 1.
You can tell that wind is gusting. You just get nervous when that ball's hit your way up in the air.
And that sky can't be easy either.
No, absolutely not. And that's where all your infielders just got to be ready. Because if somebody loses it, you got to be in position to help them out.
Marcell is 0 for 3. Braves have 8 hits. Let's see if Ozuna can add to that total here. There's that good fastball. That's the arm I was talking about. That clocked at 99 miles an hour.
That's just another sign of how Ozuna is not himself right now. He's taking too many strikes. I don't know whether he's just not picking it up out of the pitcher's hands.
0-2 pitch. We'll try again. Game 4 tomorrow afternoon. The final game for the Braves before the All-Star break. Spencer Strider will try to wrap up what's been a great first half for the young Braves right-hander. Washington has not announced their starter yet. First pitch at 1:35 Eastern Time. Into center. Robles, a couple of steps to his left, handles that. 2 outs. And Robinson Cano looks to improve on a 1-4-3 day. Before he does that, here's a quick word from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese, remixed by Zaxby's.
Cano doubled into the right field corner in the 3rd inning and scored ahead of Matt Olson's 3-run home run. Austin Riley followed with a solo shot. The Braves added 2 runs in the 7th off Hunter Harvey, and here we are in the 8th. hit the other way hard, but right at Lane Thomas. 3 up, 3 down in the 8th inning. 6-3 Braves in front. Seven.
Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet. Only from Xfinity. And by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Well, at long last, the rains have come down a little heavier here at Nationals Park. And after Max Fried's brilliant 7 innings of work, it's a 6-3 score. The tarp is out here at Nationals Park, where the Braves try to take their 3rd game in a row in this series. So we're in a weather delay. The tarp got on in pretty good shape about a minute and a half ago or so, as the fans try to make their way to the concourse level to get a little comfort from the wet weather in Washington. The story of this day was not just the Atlanta offense, guys, but a resurgent start for Max Fried, who, as I said, went 7 innings, allowed 3 runs, and looked like himself again today, Peter.
Really good to see after the last start. We could see that he was laboring through something, but whatever that was is clearly gone now, because he was really good. Everything was working. 4-seam, obviously. The slider was great. The curveball was back today. Change-up sinker combo in the outside corner to right-handed hitters was really, really nice. Only 4 Ks, so the efficiency was there. Just like Kyle Wright, just like all these starters seem to be learning, you can get through these games with a limited pitch count if you just allow some contact.
Well, I know my key coming into the game being efficient, and that he was. And the thing that I love about Max was the adjustments he made as the game went on. We didn't see that curveball until the 4th, 5th inning. And boy, was it nasty. That was his strikeout pitch. Didn't have a lot of strikeouts, but when he needed the double play, he got the ground balls. And man, you can't say enough about this offense. Continue to get it done.
2 homers for the Atlanta batsman. Max Fried is in line for his 10th win and joining Kyle Wright in double digits before the All-Star break. So hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate the rest of the way, as we're in a rain delay in Washington, D.C. The Braves entering the bottom of the 8th inning, enjoying a 6-3 lead. We're going to step aside from Nationals Park. When we come back, Trevor and Nick are standing by in our Atlanta studios with more as we continue from Nationals Park here on a rainy Saturday in the district. Turn to action. A near 2-hour rain delay interrupted proceedings in this 8th inning. Jesse Chavez was making his way out of the Atlanta bullpen when the skies opened up. And Peter, he's going to come on and pitch for the 31st time after this lengthy intermission between the top and bottom half of the 8th.
Yeah, I think if he had got in the game, it would have been a different story, but it's almost like you had to warm up in the 2nd or 3rd inning and then come back into the game later. So he's probably done this multiple times in his career before. If it was a younger kid, I'd be a little worried, but not with Jesse. But you got Tyler Matzik also warming up in our bullpen, just in case we get to Soto with a little bit of traffic. We can come in and extinguish it.
The outfield grass is soaking wet. The grounds crew here in Washington, an excellent job to get the infield covered, so no trouble there as one pitch turns into 1 out. Victor Robles is retired, and that's how the bottom of the 8th inning begins. Something else to factor in: any ball hit to the warning tracks, those things are waterlogged. There is still some standing water in front of the scoreboard, a little bit of standing water in front of the red seats, muddy conditions all around the warning track here as we go to the top of the Nationals order, and Lane Thomas, who's 0 for 3.
Got to give the grounds crew a lot of credit, though. I mean, when we were looking at the dugouts and the outfield, it was like no way we're going to get this game in, but they really did a good job of getting this field prepared.
There was 3 feet of water in the Nationals dugout.
Yeah, they had to bring a pump out to clear out the space for the low home camera position, I beg your pardon. So those guys worked overtime. Nicely done. And one member of the ground crew relaxing with a nice book. That's never a bad idea. As Lane Thomas ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Two and two now. If you're just joining us, you missed a very exciting start to this game. Let's start first with Max Fried, fellas. After a disappointing outing against the Mets today, Max was brilliant.
He really was. And honestly, the runs that he did give up happened so quickly. It was almost caught everybody off guard. But he was so dominant today. All his pitches were working.
Huge bounce back game for Max Fried after his last outing.
Exactly.
Talked about being efficient. He was very efficient after 7.
You saw Orlando Arcia check in at second base for Robbie Cano, who started the game there. This ball hit toward right center, and Michael reaches up and makes the catch. And that is the second out. Lane Thomas is 0 for 4, 2 away for Cesar Hernandez, who scored 1 of the 3 Washington runs today. From an offensive standpoint, the Braves do today what they seemingly always do here at Nationals Park. They hit 2 more homers, Brian.
Matt Olson is just red hot right now. I mean, he got 3 hits last night, 3 RBIs, and he comes out and hits a 3-run home in that 3rd inning. And what does Austin do? Follow it right out with a bomb. His 27th home run of the season.
So it's the 9th time this year the Braves have hit back-to-back homers. Austin Riley, if you also missed the news this morning, got happy news. He is an all-star. He will be joining the rest of his Braves mates on a happy flight to Los Angeles after the game tomorrow, as he'll replace Nolan Arenado, who's unable to participate for the St. Louis Cardinals.
You had a theory about that, BJ.
You know, you got a guy like Arenado who's played in so many All-Stars in games in his career, Gold Gloves. And sometimes you take a look at young guys like Austin Riley who really deserve to be in it, and you say, hey, you know, I want those 4 days off of healing up, and you know, I really think that had something to do with it. Yeah. And it's just so happy for Austin Riley to get that opportunity.
6 All-Stars for the Braves, the most since 2010. As this ball is pulled foul. That 2010 team had Jason Hayward, Tim Hudson, Omar Infante, you might recall, was the utility man. Brian McCann, Martin Prado, and Billy Wagner represented the Braves for the National League.
I heard I was a second half All-Star that year.
You were. You were. As Jesse Chavez has a full count for Hernandez. Juan Soto's next. Don't want to face him until the 9th if we can avoid it. So Jesse has a big pitch coming here with a 3-run lead. And it's skied into center. Harris broke back. Now has to streak in, and he'll get there. Almost overran that. Great recovery for Harris. Jesse Chavez, a 1-2-3 8th, and we go to the 9th inning.
Atlanta Braves Baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
All-Star Austin Riley and the Braves are on their way, 6-3 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Braves fans have hung in tough, watching the world champs try to win their 14th straight game at Nationals Park. That's right, the Braves have won 13 games in a row here and are going for their 9th overall win consecutively against the Nats. Andres Machado will face Michael Harris, who's had a productive day at the plate. Fellas, he has singled, walked, scored, and he's stolen 2 bases.
Starting to see the ball, starting to take pitches again. I think he's going to lock back in at the right time. Get 4 days off to relax. Again, we can't say enough about this kid. The adjustments he continues to make.
Well, even tougher day yesterday at the plate, comes back today, bounce back instantly.
A ball into strike. Right back where it came from. It's deflected off the pitcher, and that'll squib into center field. And Harris flying towards second, and he'll slide in safely.
Man,
a deflection, a spin, and a double.
It's nothing this kid can't do. I love the aggressiveness right out of the box. He hustles, sees that ball bounce off the pitcher. Shortstop couldn't make a play.
Watch this angle if we get to see it. Oh man, the pickup speed that he had when he decided to go to second man.
Well, what he did was he recognized the center fielder. One didn't break right away, and he saw that ball. Robles had a long way to get that ball. With his speed, that's an easy double.
So 9 of those for Michael on the year as the Braves look for a little insurance here in the ninth, leading 6-3. The Braves have 9 hits. Dansby has one of them. It was an RBI double in the 7th. Swanson batting first for Brian Snitker today. Ronald Acuna Jr. got the day off. Got to work on his home run swing for the home run derby before today's game started. I would expect Ronald would be in there for game 4 tomorrow, which will start at 1:35 Eastern time.
Wow, Machado's painting the corners with that slider. But this is when Dansby's at his best. 0-2 count, 2 strikes. Run in scoring position.
'72 hits for Swanson since May 23rd. Talk about a season turnaround. That's exactly when he took off. That had the plate but was low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mets won game 1 of their split doubleheader with the Cubs, 2-1 in extra innings. So the Braves need to win this game to stay 2 games back. The Mets have another game tonight. Drew Smyly for the Cubs, Max Scherzer for New York. This ball on the ground to third. And Harris has to hold at second. Swanson's retired for out number 1. Matt Olson is coming up. So is Kids Club Day at Truist Park Sunday, July 24th. All Kids Club members are asked to participate in events happening all day, including fun games with Blooper in the Plaza, a Tomahawk Team Dance Clinic, a Kids Club member parade on the field before the game, and so much more. Sign up for the Kids Club to be the first to know how to be part of the fun at Braves.com/kids. Trace Barrera might have a pitch comm problem. So a new communication device. And everything back in working order, it appears, for Olson, who hit a 3-run homer in the Braves' third. A 5-game hitting streak for Matt. 2 homers, 10 RBIs in that stretch. He has shredded the Nationals in this series. Harris takes off for third. The throw is going to be way late.
What a smart baseball play. Dansby unable to move him over.
How about that? His 3rd stolen base of the day. 10 on the year.
He's so impressive,
yeah.
DJ.
Good time to be aggressive, too.
So a 3 stolen base game for Harris, who's up to 10 of those, and now a fly ball gets you a run. There's the fly ball. Will it be deep enough? Nope, it's on the infield. Escobar is underneath, and Olson pops out, 2 away, and Austin Riley is coming up.
Well, Michael's just going to have to steal home now.
I know Matt Olson is kicking himself right there. That's an easy RBI. Well, I can't say that. No RBI is easy. And as a hitter, you sit there and you light up when you see Michael Harris get the third. You're saying all I got to do is hit a deep fly ball. It's an easy RBI, and you end up popping it up just like that.
Austin Riley with a 12-game hitting streak, 102 hits, 27 of them home runs before the All-Star break. That's Hank Aaron territory, folks. And as Brian pointed out earlier, the comps for Austin Riley and Chipper Jones before the All-Star break this year and in '99 are quite clear. Fouled away. It's quickly 0-2. This was the homer. It was back-to-back with Matt Olson in the Braves' 3rd inning.
Wow, he hit a double his first at bat on a curveball. And Espino comes in with a fastball, and he just destroys it straight away center field. Such a strong hitter. The power. And we got to remember, he only played 1 full season.
One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is driven toward right. And Soto nearing the line, now in foul ground, is there to make the play. And that will retire the side. So the Braves have a 3-run advantage. 3 outs to get here in Game 3 in Washington. The 9th inning. Fans get more team coverage, full game replays and highlights. Braves baseball is streaming on the Bally Sports app, and that's presented by Coors Light. You've got a 3-run lead. You've got Kenley Jansen coming on to try to earn save number 22. And fellas, he'll face Soto, Bell, and Ruiz. Soto and Bell have had a terrific day. They've combined for 5 hits.
Yeah, this is going to be a test for Kenley. He's got the maximum lead for a save, obviously, 3 runs. But he's got to go through 2 really hot hitters. Can't allow them to get on base. Want a nice, clean 1-2-3 inning. I'm actually excited about this matchup because I think when Kenley's got his cutter going, it's one of the best pitches, hardest pitches to hit in the game. And obviously, we all know what Juan Soto can do. So I'm actually really excited to see how he attacks Juan with a 3-run lead. You don't want to walk him, obviously. So
don't sleep on Josh Bell.
Don't sleep on.
That's right. Josh is seeing the ball like a grapefruit right now.
That last at bat against Fried, that bullet up the middle told me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
It's amazing, as long as Soto has been around and as long as Kenley Jansen has been around, these two have only matched up 1 time, regular season or playoffs combined, and Soto drew a bases loaded walk. So their second matchup. Kenley has a 3-run lead. Soto is 2 for 3. He scored a run. Washington got 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th. Fried, Chavez, and now Kenley Jansen, the Braves pitchers today. And the first pitch popped up back toward us and out of play. Strike 1 on a cutter for Juan Soto.
Looks like he was looking for a cutter up in the zone, got it, was a little bit higher than he was expected, but we still got him to swing.
You don't usually see Soto swing at that pitch on first pitch, but I guess he tried to ambush him.
19 homers for Soto, 42 driven in this year. He has started to heat up in July after struggling offensively. And he's going to pop this one up. Dansby drifting out. Harris joins him. It'll be Michael in center. Good communication. And the last 4 outs in the air for the Braves staff. Soto is retired, and here's Josh Bell.
Just shows exactly how dominant that cutter can be. Got in on him, got in on one of the best hitters, if not the best hitter in the league.
So there's the first one. Bell is 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. See at the bottom of your screen, Braves Live post game is coming up next. Special tip of the cap to Trevor and Nick back in our Atlanta studios. They did great work during our nearly 2-hour-long rain delay. We really appreciate that. And hopefully we'll have a happy wrap up for you as the Braves try to win this series outright today with 1 more to play. And a roller foul from Bell, strike 1.
Now that was unexpected right
First
there.
pitch slider,
I'm
yeah.
thinking a straight cutter first pitch, and he throws the curveball. And that had some break on that.
Braves played Bell in a shift, but he's been line to line in this series. He's had good luck with 8 hits in these first 3 games against the Braves. And he took a shot at left there and fouled it away. It's 0-2.
We continue to talk about that. You have the big shift on, and then you throw away to Josh Bell, who's already lined the ball the other way all day long. Sometimes it's a little confusing.
Jansen way ahead of the Nationals first baseman, Josh Bell. The pitch. That was close. And 1-2 is your count.
Kinley wanted that pitch.
Yeah. Had the plate maybe a little bit low.
Kenley Jansen already over 20 saves. The 14th player in history with 20 or more saves in 10 different years. Remarkable career. He's 10th all time in saves and is 6 away from tying Joe Nathan for 9th most saves in the major leagues.
I was teammates with him in LA in 2013 when he really broke onto the scene the year before, and just to see what he's done since then, it's just been really impressive, honestly. To maintain it, just never on the injured list, always competing, 60-70 games a year.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Bell putting up a fight here. We'll try again. Braves bullpen in July, its best month, a 2.79 relief ERA. That ERA has dwindled lower and lower with each passing month in this 2022 season. Braves are averaging over a strikeout per inning pitched from the relievers. As this one's popped into shallow left, down the line, long run, and the catch made by Eddie Rosario. 2 pop outs, and the Braves are an out away from winning the series.
That's big. Kinley going through the toughest part of their lineup. 1-2. 2 little fly balls. We'll take that all day, Peter.
I mean, it talks to what benefit that break might have done. I know it wasn't planned, but you give a guy like this 2 weeks off in the middle of the season, he's going to be locked and loaded for the rest of the year.
So Keibert Ruiz, the designated hitter, the final hope for Washington. He's 0 for 3, but has an RBI and a ground out. He's hitting to 2 double plays today. One ball, no strikes. Spencer Strider has the ball for the Braves tomorrow in the first half finale. That's always fun. Like Max Fried, you know, Spencer's looking for a longer outing. He's faced the Nationals twice this year and has pitched great against him. Looking forward to seeing him work. As this one on the ground, right to Olsen. He's got it, and the Braves have won the series. 6-3 the final score. They've won 9 in a row against the Nationals, fellas. They've won 14 in a row here at Nationals Park, and they keep pace with the Mets.
Continue to dominate here at Nationals Park. And how about Max Fried bouncing back? He looked terrific, very efficient, 7 innings pitch. And this offense continues to get it done, Peter.
Taking care of business against the teams we have to do it to. It's exactly what a winning formula is. We keep proving to not only ourselves but the rest of the league that we ain't going anywhere.
So Max Fried picks up his 10th win. Paulo Espino falls to 0-3. Kenley Jansen earns his 22nd save. The Braves hit 2 more homers in Washington and go for a series sweep tomorrow behind Spencer Strider. Our coverage starts at 1 on Bally Sports Southeast. Peter, Brian, Paul, great job. Thanks to Trevor and Nick back in the Atlanta studios. In fact, they're standing by with Braves Live postgame. That's presented by Xfinity. I'm Chip Carey. Thank you for joining us. 6-3 our final score. We will wrap up the first half with you tomorrow here on Bally Sports.